Hello everybody, it is Finest, but instead of Finest, my name is Swarzy. I kind of liked it, and it sounded really nice, so I changed my name to it. If you all like it too, let me know in the comments down below. So today I will be giving you kind of like a beginner's handbook to Redstone, kind of show you what you can do, what you can't do, and the different uses for different kind of Redstone items. So let's get right into it. So you can't have any redstone contraption unless you have redstone dust. Redstone dust can be placed on pretty much any block. They could be powered by a lot of things, but I'm just going to show you a few examples like a button, a redstone torch, a lever, and a redstone block. And then we go on to repeaters. So repeaters have two main functions. They have repeating your redstone signal so it doesn't go out. So for example, if I were to go really far distances with redstone dust, it would start fading out and it wouldn't reach the place I wanted to go and what I wanted to power. So what you could do, place a repeater right in the middle of it, it regains power and it's able to go longer distances. Another thing that it has is the little torches, the little ticks that you could add. So what they do is, if you go ahead and get a button of some sort or something like that, it'll take a bit longer and it'll add a delay between when it comes in and when it comes out. So I just put it at 4 ticks. So I press a button. As you can see, it took a bit longer, and then it took a bit longer to get to lose signal once the button actually wasn't powered. So comparators are kind of odd, but they end up seeming easy once you actually know how to use them. One of the functions they have is if you have a lever or any kind of power source and you power the comparator, if there is a redstone signal going from the side that has a shorter distance than what is being powered into it, it'll actually stop the redstone signal from going through it. So if I get a wooden block to place it, as you can see, the trail will just go out. Now if it goes longer, it won't affect it, but it's kind of cool. So another function is this little kind of flicky lever that you could put on and off. What that does is activate subtraction mode. So the number of redstone dust you have here is the kind of the bottom number in a subtraction problem, and then the redstone dust coming from the side represents the top number. And so right here I have 6 redstone dust. Go ahead and activate that. I have 3 redstone dust coming from the bottom to the top. And so as you could see, only 3 of these lamps are actually powered, unlike if I were to take it out and then everything is powered. Another function is that it can actually detect if there's an item inside of anything that can hold any kind of storage. So say for example I put something into this chest, like the chests, it'll actually detect it and output a redstone signal. But obviously it's not that strong, so you're going to need to use a repeater, but then after that it's pretty strong. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So here we have trap chests. So trap chests, as soon as you open one, it'll send a redstone signal back, and it will keep on being powered for as long as you're viewing the inventory for the chest. So if I were to stay here for a little longer, it immediately goes off as I get off. 1 second. It just immediately goes off as you get off. So now we have dispensers and droppers. So obviously dispensers dispense stuff and droppers drop stuff. So dispensers, if we were to insert something like an arrow, I'd go ahead and shoot it, put some snowballs in there, and go ahead and shoot them. And then if you get something like a lava bucket, it'd go ahead and place it for you. But if I were to use it on this dropper, and I were to place a lava bucket, it's just going to drop the item for me. Now next up we have pistons. So there are two variations. There's a sticky piston and a normal piston. But the only difference is that the sticky piston will pull back whatever you sent forward, but the piston won't. They both push items, but this one only really pushes. So now we have slime blocks. So slime blocks obviously stick to one another, and when they're pushed by a piston or pulled by a piston, that's just the same. They'll keep on getting pushed and pulled. But the maximum you could do is 12 slime blocks. Once you get to 13, it won't pull or push it. So say if we were to stay at the bottom, it just won't push it. But once you get 12, you can push and pull as much as you like. We also have honey blocks, and honey blocks actually won't stick to slime blocks, unlike something like an oak plank. So it'll stick right on. You get a honey block, it will just pretty much slide. It just won't really care at all. Next up we have redstone lamps. They could be powered by most power sources, but if you are going to use redstone, you want to make sure that it's actually directly put right into the redstone lamp. If you try and curve it and just power it like that, it won't work. So now we have observer blocks. So observer blocks pretty much observe the block right in front of them, and so if I were to break it or place something or change anything about the block in front of it, of any kind of matter, it will send a very fast signal, but it will cut out very fast too, over to, well, wherever you connect it to. It might change of any of that matter. I mean, you could flip a door and it will send those signals. And so now we got a few weird other things. So we got redstone clocks, which pretty much just run forever until you decide for them to stop. And so, like, for example, I could take that one out. Now this one's really simple. You just power an inverter. The inverter will power this redstone repeater, which will go into this redstone repeater, which will stop it. But because it's a repeater, it has to cut off too. And so it stops, and then it just pretty much repeats itself. And so once you do that, and you just let it mind its own business, it'll keep on going forever. This one, on the other hand, is just two hoppers connected right to each other. So the way you make it is kind of weird because they're connected to each other. But what you want to do is place one hopper, go ahead and place it like while crouching, crouch, and then go ahead and place the other one. Only place one item so it goes between the hoppers. The comparator will detect the item inside of it and then power the redstone lamp or anything of that matter, and it will just keep on going. So hopefully that helps you when you're making redstone contraptions. So subscribe, comment down below, leave a like. Although not necessary, I'd greatly appreciate it. And I would also like to say thank you for 2,000 views on the channel. Could you believe that? The other video I said that we hit 1,000 views, but my Siri glitch video blew the crap up and it has over 1,000 views right now. And I'm just so thankful. Thank you so much. Otherwise, just have a good one.